Hello, welcome to Touring Globe. Exploring abandoned places and their stories. Abandoned places have an eerie yet captivating allure. Over time, some of the most fascinating sites around the world have been left to decay and crumble, but in their silence, they carry the weight of history, mystery, and stories that demand to be told. Whether they are decaying factories, forgotten hospitals, deserted towns, or deserted amusement parks, these places speak of a time when they were vibrant, alive, and full of purpose. Exploring these abandoned sites opens a window into the past, offering a glimpse of forgotten lives and lost dreams. In this script, we will explore the mysteries and rich stories behind some of the most haunting abandoned places on Earth. 1. The abandoned town of Pripyat, Ukraine. Perhaps one of the most well-known abandoned places in the world is Pripyat, the town that was once home to the workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Pripyat was founded in 1970 and was a modern, bustling town filled with schools, hospitals, apartment buildings, and parks. But on April 26, 1986, the Chernobyl disaster struck, releasing radioactive contamination into the surrounding areas. The residents of Pripyat were never allowed to return. The eerie silence of Pripyat today tells a haunting story. Buildings have deteriorated, nature has begun to reclaim the land, and the Ferris wheel in the amusement park, which was meant to open on May Day 1986, stands as a symbol of the life that was abruptly halted. Walking through the abandoned streets, you can still find remnants of everyday life, toys left behind in homes, books on dusty shelves, and the haunting echoes of a community that once thrived. 2. The ghost town of Centralia, Pennsylvania. Centralia, a town in Pennsylvania, offers a chilling example of how nature and human activity can come together in disastrous ways. Once a prosperous coal mining town, Centralia is now a near ghost town, its streets cracked and empty, consumed by smoke and gas. In 1962, a fire ignited in the local coal mines and has been burning beneath the town ever since. Over the years, the fire spread, and the ground became unstable, with dangerous fumes and toxic gases leaking into the air. By the 1980s, most of the residents were forced to evacuate, and in 1992, the government declared Centralia uninhabitable. Today, the town is mostly abandoned, with only a few holdout residents. The site is often shrouded in fog, with the faint scent of sulfur in the air, creating an atmosphere of desolation. Centralia has become a symbol of the destructive power of industrial activity gone awry and remains a fascinating, though hazardous, location for explorers. 3. The abandoned island of Hashima, Japan. Known as Gunkanjima, meaning Battleship Island, because of its resemblance to a battleship from a distance, Hashima Island off the coast of Japan is one of the most striking and eerie abandoned places in the world. Once a thriving coal mining hub, Hashima Island was home to over 5,000 people during its peak in the 1950s. The island's high-rise concrete apartment blocks housed miners and their families, and the island had everything needed for daily life, including schools, hospitals, and stores. However, when Japan's coal industry declined, Hashima's mining operations ceased in 1974, and the island was abandoned. Since then, the island has been left to deteriorate, with the crumbling buildings and overgrown nature creating a scene straight out of a post-apocalyptic film. The island, now largely off-limits to visitors, is a popular spot for urban explorers and has gained a reputation for being one of the most haunted and mysterious abandoned places in Japan. 4. The abandoned amusement park in Nara Dreamland, Japan. Not far from the bustling city of Kyoto, Japan, lies the abandoned Nara Dreamland amusement park. Opened in 1961, Nara Dreamland was once a popular destination for families, but over time, its popularity dwindled, especially after the opening of more modern theme parks like Tokyo Disneyland in the 1980s. By 2006, the park closed its doors for good. Today, Nara Dreamland is an eerie, desolate place. The giant Ferris wheel stands still against a background of deteriorating roller coasters and empty pathways. Nature is slowly overtaking the park, with vines creeping up the once vibrant structures. The atmosphere is surreal, as the brightly colored buildings and faded signs seem frozen in time, with remnants of the park's glory days scattered around. Exploring Nara Dreamland is like stepping into a forgotten chapter of a childhood dream, one that was lost to time. 5. The abandoned hospital of Beelitz-Heilstatten, Germany. Deep in the forests of Germany lies the abandoned Beelitz-Heilstatten, a sprawling former tuberculosis sanatorium that was later converted into a hospital. The complex consists of numerous buildings, some of which date back to the late 1800s, and served as a hospital during both World Wars. The most notable patient treated at Beelitz Heilstatten was Adolf Hitler, who was wounded during World War I and spent time recovering here. After the wars, the hospital continued operating until the 1990s. In the years following, the complex fell into disrepair and became a prime target for urban explorers. Today, Beelitz Heilstatten is a crumbling, haunting reminder of the past. The once pristine hospital rooms are now filled with decaying furniture, broken windows, and mold-covered walls. Despite the decay, there's a strange beauty to the place, as the sunlight filters through the dusty windows, casting long shadows across the forgotten hallways. The site has gained a reputation as one of the most eerie abandoned places in Europe, and its haunting architecture has made it a popular location for photographers and filmmakers. 6. The abandoned Château de Noisy, Belgium. The Château de Noisy, also known as the Haunted Castle, is a magnificent yet haunting structure in Belgium that has been abandoned for decades. Built in the 1860s, the chateau was originally a luxurious residence for Belgian aristocrats. Over time, it was transformed into an orphanage, which operated from the early 1900s until the 1970s. By the late 20th century, the building had fallen into disrepair, and in the 1990s, it was completely abandoned. Today, the Château de Noisy is a shell of its former self. Its ornate turrets and towers are crumbling, and the grand interiors are filled with broken furniture and decaying wallpaper. The eerie atmosphere has earned it the nickname, the Haunted Castle, with rumors of paranormal activity circulating among urban explorers and ghost hunters. Despite its dilapidation, the chateau retains an air of regal beauty and mystery, making it a favorite among those who seek the hidden stories behind abandoned places. 7. The abandoned hotel of the Stanley Hotel, Colorado, USA. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, is famous for being the inspiration behind Stephen King's novel The Shining. While it remains open as a hotel today, parts of the building and its surrounding grounds have long been abandoned or neglected, adding to its haunted reputation. The Stanley Hotel was built in 1909 and quickly became a luxurious getaway for wealthy visitors. However, over time, the hotel's popularity waned, and it went through several closures and renovations. Today, the Stanley Hotel is not only a functioning hotel but also a popular spot for ghost hunters, who report strange noises, flickering lights, and unexplained phenomena. The abandoned sections of the hotel are particularly captivating for explorers, with darkened hallways, empty rooms, and the infamous music room where the hotel's eerie piano still occasionally plays, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. 8. The abandoned railway station of Canfranc, Spain. The Canfranc International Railway Station in the Spanish Pyrenees was once one of the largest and grandest railway stations in the world. Opened in 1928, the station was designed to be a major hub for international travel between Spain and France. At its peak, it had 10 platforms and boasted luxurious facilities, attracting travelers from across Europe. However, in 1970, the French side of the railway was closed due to a train derailment, effectively rendering Canfranc Station obsolete. Despite efforts to revive it, the station was eventually abandoned in the 1980s, and it has remained a forgotten relic of the past ever since. Today, the station is overrun by nature, with its vast halls and tunnels left to rot. The grandeur of the station is still evident in its architectural beauty, but the silence is broken only by the sound of wind whistling through its empty corridors. Conclusion: the timeless allure of abandoned places. Exploring abandoned places is an unforgettable experience that allows us to connect with history, mystery, and the stories of those who once lived and worked in these forgotten sites. Each abandoned place has its own unique narrative, of prosperity and decline, of human activity and eventual desertion. Whether it's the silent ruins of a hospital, the crumbling walls of a factory, or the forgotten streets of an entire town, these places leave us with questions that can never be fully answered. What happened here? Why was it abandoned? And, perhaps most importantly, what remains of the people and stories that once thrived within these walls? As we continue to explore these haunting sites, we are reminded that the past never truly disappears. It lingers in the echoes of abandoned places, waiting for us to discover and remember the stories they hold. Thank you for taking the time to watch our content. We truly appreciate your support and hope you found the information engaging and valuable. Your viewership encourages us to keep creating and sharing more exciting material. If you enjoyed what you saw, we kindly invite you to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you will stay updated with our latest videos and become a part of our growing community. Your subscription not only motivates us but also helps us reach more viewers like you. Join us on this journey, and together, let's explore new ideas and experiences. See you in the next video.